Hello, everybody. Today is the 5th of March, and as always, we're going to tell a pen story. This pen story changed a lot of people's lives and shed light into what something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So let's get started, okay? What is it? It's a pen. What do we use a pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm going to read this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sleep, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is corrupt, the dog or the human? The answer is both are corrupt. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is corrupt in the dog world, and the human is also corrupt in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both are corrupt. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table, and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Or it is neither a pen nor a chewing toy, right? It becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Yeshua Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He is also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this technically on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it comes back to truth, and we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not darkness, it's not nothingness, it's not, no feeling, no thinking. It's just itself where it doesn't interact with anyone. Okay, so that's what the emptiness is. But then, as soon as I go back into the room, I look at this becomes a chewing toy. No, a pen. And once the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing become? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it is almost nothing, right? But then this has the emptiness. But from that emptiness, when it interacts with something else, then it has the potential of become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at this at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to believe this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond with my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? Though I see it inside our mind that the ancient wisdom call as karma. When we see something that sits inside our mind pop up, open up, and cover this, and made us see it for what had been planted early into our mind. So who planted those seeds into our mind in the first place? Only you can plant the seed into your mind. Only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially to other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend. Well, I hope I can help my friend. So when I do this palm open up and both me and my friend will see it, and it's darling remark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen is already planted into my mind. Now I pop open up and covered this and made a seed for what had been planted on into our mind. So first, then this is how it become a pen. Okay, this is why this is why this is how it's become a bad pen. Just like everyone, everything surrounds us, how they become who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion. We learn to respect each other's choices. And we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is along with the emptiness we all have, woman's potential. Trust your potential. Trust the potential of everyone and everything so far you, and trust the potential of whatever happened to you. And the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we'll be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And how can we do it? By our words, our actions, and thoughts. And the last but very important lesson is that how to create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first we have to know what we want to achieve in our life, right? And second, we start using those, those potential that we see, and we start planting those using our word or action, our thoughts to other people. So for instance, if we want to have a happiness, then we plan the happiness, say, using our word or action, our thoughts toward other people, helping other people to be happier. If we want to have prosperity, then we use our word or action, our thoughts, helping other people to be more prosperous. If we want to have our like we want to have our health, and we use our word or action, our thoughts, helping other people to get more healthier. And just like that, whatever that we want, making sure that we use our word of action, our thoughts to other people, help them get in that very same seed that we would like to plant. And that is one of the very best and secure way for us to plant the seed into our mind, and then helping our mind, helping us to get the seed later on. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that you know, when I was thinking about the how the thought in our mind actually become dictate what our life gonna be, and I certainly related that to the lesson number 2, the potential, the emptiness. So, the potential, what you see, how are they related to you, right? Whatever happened to you, all those things, the potential, you can choose to see it become the best thing in your life, or you can choose to think it is as the worst thing in our life. And that is the reason why we have to be very mindful about us while we're thinking about what we interpret, all the things that come in surround us. And this is the lesson that I actually really I think that I need to incorporate that lesson a lot into my life. So I be very mindful of what I interpret of the situation, how I look at other people, their interaction, and then choose how I decided how I look at that. And I think that with that, I'll be able to possess life, to process and then see life in a much better way. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me today. Thank you, everyone, for accompanying me in the 3,000-day journey. By me sharing with you my lesson or something on the past story is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my Jewish family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world and any other world. With love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.